जय गुरुदेवं चिन्मयानन्दं जय गुरुदेवं चिन्मयानन्दं प्रणमाम्यहं गुरुदेव.
The gushing waters of the Ganga. The mountain Himalaya, towering in its height, rooted in its stillness. In a subtle way, these great wonders express the secret of fulfilling life. Keep moving ahead, but be still at the center. The revelation of this truth brings solace to the searching, wandering souls. Ganga.
In the foothills of the Himalayas, under the tutelage of the great Tapavan Maharaj and Swami Shivananda, young Balakrishna Menon was reborn as Swami Chinmayananda. He then came down to spread the knowledge of Vedanta to any and all who would listen. In the process, he transformed the lives of thousands, eventually founding the first Chinmaya mission in Chennai in June of 1953.
His own life was one of extraordinary discipline and truthfulness. He believed only in encouraging people to do things that he himself had deeply learned, practiced, and benefited from. He said, "Every action must be done consciously and attentively. The attention of the mind is to be on the hand. Even with this just one practice, you can become a great yogi."
The late Swami Chinmayananda, whom we refer to as Pujya Gurudev, emphasized the importance of handing over our rich Hindu heritage and spiritual teachings to our children. With this in mind, he encouraged the building of centers with classrooms, a setting for handing over the inspirational Hindu teachings to future generations. Chinmaya Mission, Connecticut, a focal point for a variety of spiritual, educational, and cultural activities for the Indian community in the New Haven and Fairfield counties, serving the needs of all age groups. Balavihars for children, where we strive to bring about an all-round development of their personality by building strength and character. A platform and forum for our children to learn about our culture and religion.
When I first moved into Connecticut and I found out about this organization, my colleague told me, "You want to be here because your kids are growing up in this country and they're missing the vibrant knowledge that they get from growing up in India, and you really want to connect them to their roots." What I really like about Chinmaya Mission and their curriculum and the BalVihar and the Yuva Kendra concept is several different things come here together. We not only do the rituals are there, we do Shivaratri, we do Ganesh Chaturthi, we try to do some rituals, but the big emphasis on the philosophical part, the rich intellectual heritage that we have the Upanishads, and we don't talk about it in our day-to-day life. We don't even talk about it, we don't even think about it, but that's something we should not miss. And the second part is then we have the Gita, understanding the Gita very closely. How many times we ourselves go back to Gita for the lesson? So that's something they're doing on a routine basis.
Distinguishing feature of our Chinmaya mission worldwide is its Balavihar program. I very strongly believe in educating our kids. I think our kids should understand and also value our heritage and all the philosophical works that's rich in our culture. And Balavihar is one powerful means by which we can certainly educate all of our kids. So I strongly believe in it, and to that extent, I am involved in organizing the teachers here in Chinmaya Fairfield, and soon we will be organizing a teacher training program.
Yuva Kendras for our youth, where they are provided an opportunity to discuss, debate, and understand the logic of Hinduism, unity amidst diversity, a value system, and a sense of identity.
It started with 6 to 8 families in one house, going every Sunday, learning about our culture and our religion. And back then I was in kindergarten and we learned about Vishnu, Shiva, Brahma, all the basic gods in our religion. And now, 9 years down the road, it's gone to more in-depth talks about Vivekananda and about our culture and our religion.
When I was younger, I remember learning about the different gods and doing crafts related to Hinduism. And I remember learning many stories about the different ways the gods were created and things like that. When I got a little older, I remember going deeper into the philosophy of Hinduism and reading into deeper meanings of the books like Ramayana.
I think that Balavihar is important. It brings kids of the Hindu faith together every other Sunday, where they would not usually get that chance outside. And the effects you can see not just here when we discuss, but even outside. If you go to school, I mean, I'm sure all students who go here can identify with somebody asking them at school, what is Hinduism? Before I did this, I had the most basic understanding. I could hardly explain it, you know. But now I can explain more philosophically and in depth, and it just helps, you know, and it adds to the way you can answer questions in school, and it enhances your intellectual ability to think.
Study groups and satsang for adults, an opportunity for creative self-improvement and spiritual growth. Also an opportunity to imbibe the deeper suggestions made in our scriptures.
I've always wanted to learn these shlokas, and satsang is wonderful. I think I come here sometimes more selfishly for myself. I like to be in the satsang and see the tapes and feel very, very motivated and liberated when I finish with this. Of course, I go back home and we're back into the drudgery, but these 2 hours that we spend here is very rejuvenating.
So I believe that trying to learn these shlokas and the meaning of it and what is significance of it for your real life is the essence, and hopefully the ethical and moral values of children will be able to put it in practice by coming to BalVihar.
I think BalVihar is a great gate for these kids to really come here and understand who they are, and ultimately it brings them or gives them confidence on confidence and self-identity.
We drive down here to Fairfield so that my son can attend the BalVihar, and the reason we're doing that is so that gets in touch with the Indian culture and the shlokas and the prayers and also the stories which are told, I think they're having an impact on him.
Currently we meet at Sacred Heart University in Fairfield, Connecticut, where we rent 10 classrooms and a faculty lounge. Our hope is to build a center of our own, the location of which will be south of New Haven.